So, for the very last time this season, hi
Hey
Max.
Paula,
So, welcome to the Dilly Dally,
welcome to the season finale.
the season finale. You can tell by the vibes, we did not time all our episodes in conjunction with the weather, so it's a bit gray today. It's also winter already.
Yeah, some time has passed since we last recorded.
Yeah, which was beginning of October, I would say, and now it is mid
Mid-November.
November.
Yeah.
So, weather report.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Um, not awesome. Maybe getting worse by the second, actually.
Yeah, like
It's cold. It's about 0 degrees, maybe 1 or 2 degrees,
hmm
and we thought it was clear forecast, but now it's looking like freezing rain.
yeah, and like we hear it.
Yeah, we can
We're
hear it. We can see
we
it
can
more now.
yeah. To mention, today's location is my backyard.
Yeah.
And we have here a Japanese cherry blossom tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I mean, you weren't in Ottawa yet when it bloomed,
Hmm.
but yeah, it turns pink and it's very pretty.
How long have you had it?
Since last year.
Cool.
Basically all the leaves are gone for that tree, and yeah, it is very much a winter vibe. But the thing is right now with November is that there'll be lots of snow for some reason, but then it'll have days like this where all the snow's melted,
Mhm.
and then they'll run it back.
Yeah, winter came quick, like last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. Uh which, like, I'm glad that after I came from Bordeaux, I had like 1 week to appreciate the fall one last time, and then it was like a storm.
Well, one thing I want to ask is how do you like the winter?
Me.
Yeah, because I don't think it's your favorite season. I think fall is your favorite season.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. But how do you feel about the winter? What's your attitude going into the deep freeze?
Well, my attitude has always been pretty dark because it like December, January is always just tight deadlines with school. And just when you think school is over, it's also really busy in a workplace setting too.
Yeah.
So I kind of have lost a bit of that holiday cheer and that like winter magic. But last year I took some vitamin D, which is really important, and take them even way before the winter. That's advice from me, and I think that made the seasonal depression not too bad. So I think this winter, though, I'm very optimistic of my change in mindset. I had spoken to a girly pop when I went to Bordeaux, and she was telling me how much she loves the winter, and I was like, really, really?" She's from Switzerland, and I think she just like had radiated so much joy and was like, I just love how cozy it is. I love how I get to do a lot of like winter and cozy things. And I was like, you're right. And it's just like, not once did she have like a negative view of winter or like, oh, but it's also cold. Like she didn't have like a, despite that kind of attitude, she just like had so much like joy. And
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm gonna get some of that for
Mhm.
my winter.
Yeah.
How about you? What's the vibe?
Mm, I'm trying to feel more of that this year.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I didn't have a Canada winter last winter. The Talon winter was a lot like this,
Oh
where it's kind of
yeah.
around 0, maybe colder, but can still be rainy and it's really gray all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm excited to ski again. I'm excited to skate again. I want to pick up a hockey stick again this year.
Do you play
I
hockey?
don't play hockey, but my dad used to build hockey rinks in our backyard when we were growing up.
You know, that checks out. You have a nice backyard. That checks out.
Well, not in our current backyard because that one
Oh.
is kind of
Mm-hmm.
hilly. Not hilly, but not flat.
Mm-hmm.
But in our old house, we had a much bigger backyard and it was very flat. And my
Okay.
dad would build like a proper sized hockey rink every winter. And we'd play hockey just as a family and with friends on there.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, it
fun.
was really fun.
Yeah, no, you have to run it back. ODR.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love the coziness of it too, like being in my little den um upstairs with my computer and having like low lighting and being able to see
Yes.
the cold outside. It's a vibe.
Yeah, but I feel like the holidays is not really a slow vibe as we'd want it to, like
Yeah.
just like overall, like society wise.
I think my mom would agree with you.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, like Christmas presents, Christmas parties, like who am I meeting? Oh, people are coming home from different places. When are they available? There's a lot of coordination actually when it comes to Christmas and all that, and you want to make the most out of it. But um, yeah, really try to find pockets of slow moments. I think is so important.
Yeah. I think I've been finding more of that in the last 4 weeks.
In what sense, though?
Like just not working over the weekends very
Mm-hmm.
much and actually chilling in my evenings.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot more video games and yeah, just relaxing more than I think I've done in a while. And
Oh,
that's been feeling good. And I want to do more of that in the winter.
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the winter is like the vibe for it too.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking like something I'm looking forward to in the winter is just like simplifying my hangouts with my friends even more. I think Elsie and I had a conversation about like how summer is just so like let's get out, let's do all these things, and then winter comes along. It's like okay, what do I do with my friends? You
Yeah.
know, I mean, there's like different outdoors things that you can do for sure, but like what other things can you do to just be around community because you need that, especially in a dark, cold winter. Yeah, so I'm excited to just like honestly just chill at my friends' houses and just like sit there. And my house is also welcome to do that. For my friends to do that.
This is an open invite to all
This
the
is
viewers.
yeah, open invite to the friends of the pod.
Yeah, I had a nice hangout with my friends Aiden and Emily
Yeah.
the other week. We just took out pizza and Emily made a nice salad and we watched Harry Potter.
See?
Not even the
That's
full
literally
movie because we're like too old to like sit through the whole movie because we were all so tired. We went for like a short hike before that too. It was really nice
See,
and
that's
wholesome.
like that's the vibe.
Yeah,
That's the vibe that we need to bring into the winter.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah. It was great.
Wait, let's talk about the the October madness
Yeah.
that was
Okay.
because I think the last pod I was like, "Bye guys, I'm going on a trip."
Yeah.
And then also when I called you in my trip, you were in like your lock-in.
Yeah. I was locked in.
That was the big lock-in of October 2025 for Max.
Historic.
No,
Historic
really.
locked in.
I definitely felt from afar that you were cooking something.
Oh really? You
Yeah,
could feel the energy across the ocean.
I went to Bordeaux. It's 2 hours south of Paris. And yeah, I stayed there for 2 weeks to just learn French. I did this trip mainly because I wanted to know what it was like to live abroad without committing to living abroad. So I went by myself and I had classes from Monday to Friday. I also just stayed in Bordeaux. I didn't do any like side trips as well because I really wanted to see what it's like to just have a home base and not move. It was definitely like overwhelming at first because of like this is my like I started hearing French for 15 minutes a day. Then here I am in France listening and engaging in French for more than like 8 hours a day. So it was really tiring and I didn't really have friends quite yet. Things turned around when I started approaching people and asking them, "How do you make friends?" And I stayed with a very sweet host family. Her name is Sophie.
Host mama.
Host mama. She's 40 years old and she just had so many like hopeful life lessons to share with me when I was there. So I stayed in her apartment. She had an extra room, and that was arranged by the school too. She made such a good fresh food as well and introduced me to French culture. And I could ask her little questions like, when I go to a restaurant, how do I tell the waiter I want this? And just different like nuances that it's so hard to type on Google or Chat GPT.
Hmm.
And she would understand what I would be talking about. People ask me like, what did I really learn? And was it helpful really for like my grammar, like the actual like language part? Like how useful was that trip? And I'd say it just gave me confidence to know that anything I blurt out, good or bad, like grammar or whatever, it is still communication, and that is still good.
Yeah, true.
And to be able to just formulate something is better than nothing.
Totally.
So you can't really have that. It's hard to muster up that confidence here when maybe you do like a private lesson online and it's an hour and you're like, okay, just for an hour. But there it's just like there's no 1 hour slot. It's kind of like a full slot. Language learning is seen differently depending on like just culture, I'd say. Here, at least for Ottawa and for my case of being in like the public policy space where you should learn your French, and growing up here and doing the French lessons in the school system, it's like a language learning was just kind of something you had to do. Some people were great at it and could excel in it and actually speak it, but for the most part it's like you can learn French all your life and never really understand how to speak it. So, uh, I came with that kind of background to this school, and then all the people in this school are there because they want to be. They want to learn French, and I guess a lot of them were from the European Union. There's always going to be a French person somewhere in the mix, wherever, like outside of France. So they're bound to encounter French anyways, so it's useful for them. But I was seeing like retirees, new high school grads, people my age, and it was just so refreshing to see language as a way of communication. Like that is the heart of it instead of a thing of obligation. When it's something out of obligation, it's not fun. So when I was there, I had this huge like appreciation for just language learning even more, being surrounded by people who wanted to be there.
I think it's really brave to like immerse yourself in a different place in a different language in the way that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And like I remember you telling me if you'd go to a shop and you would speak in French and ask for something and they would reply to you in English, you would
Mm-hmm.
say, "No, thanks. I'd like to use French."
Yeah.
That's really brave in my opinion.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I would give some kudos to the people of Bordeaux. They are good at like speaking English, and they're so like very happy to change languages to make it easier for me, which I think is so kind. But when I say like actually I want to speak in French, I want to practice my French, they'll be like okay. But I find that in Paris it was very like quick, where it's like if you say something kind of wrong, it's like you speak English, I'm going to speak English to you, like
And why do you think that is? Do you think it's like the pace of the city? Like Paris is bigger, people want to just get interactions done quickly?
absolutely. Like I
Okay.
think I understand like you just want to get your job done.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was just so thankful in Bordeaux. They when I said that I'd prefer French, they're like, "Of course, that's fine." Um and maybe they spoke a little slower, but we got the communication done, which I think was great. I did do something that was really scary. I mean, you already know this. I didn't have much French native friends. Like, I mean, I had my host family, Sophie, but that was about it. And at the school, you're meeting a lot of people who, outside of the classes, will prefer English or another language that's not French. When I was like, okay, but I'm here to speak to natives. How do I find the natives? So I direct message a Catholic youth group.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah. And I was like, and I saw that they were posting stories and posting stuff. So they were an active Instagram account. And I messaged them being like, hey, like I'm trying to use my Canada like foreigner card. Like I'm just here for 2 weeks. I'm Catholic, and what can I do with you guys in this group? And yeah, I they had like a youth night or something. I just went, and then not expecting anything, and who would I meet? But I ended up meeting such energetic, welcoming French like Catholic natives and who are young, and I went to like the church service or like the mass for an hour, and then all of a sudden they started heading out, and I was like, hey yo, where are we going? I didn't have any friends, so I was just like following people. And there was a 2 euro 60 cents dinner that was homemade, and we all just shared a meal together. they spoke really fast, which I think is really cool. I think you just need to. I didn't understand anything, but it was just nice to be exposed to that. Like this is the speed. This is the speed that they speak. And they were so nice and welcoming. There was a portion of the night where I was like, I'm gonna leave because it looks like they're gonna do a really complicated talk in French. Because like the priest was gonna do a some sort of lesson. And they're like, no, 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 like stay. I'll introduce you to a friend who can say the simpler French version to you. So the priest will talk and then she'll whisper in my ear, oh yeah, this is what he's saying in like super simple and slower French. So I appreciate I think her name was Salome for that. And the girlie who was super helpful was her name was Elodie, which
That's a pretty name.
I know. I'm writing that down in my notes.
Yeah.
No, that was me being really really brave. Like I like when I say I dropped myself in a random spot, I really did
Yeah.
drop myself
Yeah, you
there.
did. I think it's so cool that you can be I guess you are a part of this international community of
Yeah.
Catholicism,
Hmm.
and you can feel comfortable reaching out to people around the world and have that kind of bridge with them, and feel welcomed in there.
And it was so funny and like there was a guy who was speaking to me really really fast, like it was just a question, but he was speaking to me really fast. And then there was a girl who was like Lomont Lomont, and it was and because it was also really loud and I couldn't really hear anything.
Yeah.
So Lomont means basically like slowly, like gently. Nice. I also had to stand up and introduce myself. That's what you do in a Catholic youth group. You like if you're new, you stand up and you introduce yourself. So I knew that protocol. It was really fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a really healing and wholesome trip and a great learning
Yeah.
experience. I guess like the language learning was a part of it.
Hmm.
There's the cultural immersion, and then also figuring out like would I want to spend a year or more here if I was to
Yeah.
study abroad, because
Yeah.
you've been thinking hard about that.
What I know right now is like it's not really solid that I want to like go back there for a master's, go back there for X reason. But we were talking about how it would be a good long-term goal to be able to have the means to go back often. That's something I want to do, like maybe just stay a month or two or even a week again. I want to always have the means to go back.
And what is it about France that you would say appeals to you the most as a European country?
I don't know. That's such a good question. I think just when we went to Paris, like something just like shifted in my brain and like I've always just been addicted with going back there. For some reason it just aligns with me and where I'm at. Like it feels far enough but not actually very far to like learn about. Now that we have a direct flight from Ottawa to Paris.
Woo!
Yay. It's really not that like crazy to go to.
True.
I mean, it is like expensive, long flight, but like I've seen more complicated flights. Like this is fine.
I mean, I think my perspective on how far away Europe from Ottawa actually is has
Mhm.
changed since Nicole has gone to Chile.
Yeah.
She's in Santiago studying. Like flying from Ottawa to Paris is 7 hours,
Mhm.
8.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you say when you did it? Seven and a half.
6 to 7.
Okay, yeah. So and then like flying Ottawa to Vancouver would be 4.
Yes, yeah. I thought that Vancouver was gonna be like my spot. Like I would go there often and whatever. But it's just like it's kind of the same like it's still a North American culture. Like there is still a lot of North American and Canadian norms there despite like all the different like scenery there. So just like the fact that instead of going left, I go like right, I go east and I'm like in this whole new world. I think that's another reason why I love France. That's my France trip.
It's freaking awesome.
Can you tell me your review of the cannelés?
Okay, I'm gonna be harsh.
Okay, well
I like the flavor of them, but I didn't like the texture of them.
yeah?
Yeah, I found them kind of like gummy.
Yeah, that's part of the texture. It's a French mochi,
That's
like
a good way of putting it.
French mochi, but I'd say it's small enough to be like a Timbit.
Yeah.
So like Red ate that shit up.
Yeah, you could pop them whole.
It's a Bordeaux based pastry. People there don't even like it. Some do, some don't.
Mhm.
So it's fine.
Yeah, well, it was so kind of you to bring them back, and I was so
Yeah.
happy to get to try them. I'd never heard of them,
Yeah,
and they're
okay.
really pretty too. They kind of look like little coffee cakes. I don't know what that kind of
Yes,
that
yeah.
like wreath shaped
Mm-hmm.
cake that you can get
But then
is
it's
called.
just like small.
Yeah, a small version of that. I really like the vanilla rum flavor.
Okay, that's good.
It's
Yeah.
delicious.
Hmm.
But the texture threw me off. I thought it was going to be like a soft cake, but it was kind of chewy, and I was like, "Huh? Is it supposed to be like that?" But I guess so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It is supposed to be like that. Can we turn it over to you?
Hmm.
Like lots of movement with your community projects. I found that October was like a really big lock-in for you.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Well, I'll start with Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Because you left right before Thanksgiving and had Thanksgiving celebration at home with my family, which was awesome. And I did the Fall Colors half marathon, which was a mega lock-in. One of
Yeah.
my best half marathon runs ever. Not that I was super well trained going into it, but I felt fresh in the morning and had a great playlist going. Was wearing new shoes. The vibes were just phenomenal on the race course. It was good weather. There's
Mhm.
always good spirit at that run. The fall colors are beautiful. Um, and I think I did my second best half marathon time
Period.
ever, which is, I'm surprised by given my current level of fitness.
Mhm.
But I was just loving it the whole way. On like kilometer 8 or 7, like super shy came on, and I booked it and caught up to the pace group that I had wanted to stick with, but was kind of late starting
Uh-huh.
and didn't stick with from the beginning, and was just feeling fresh from there and like kept the pace going and just it was super happy. I think that put me kind of on a high
Yeah.
after Thanksgiving.
Because that was on the Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And how were the celebrations with your family?
lovely. I love the food at Thanksgiving and I love seeing my family. We always get together at my Oma's house.
Mhm.
Um, well, usually at my Oma's house. Yeah, it was great. Like my younger cousin Sophie has a boyfriend who came and I got to meet him for
Oh
the
my
first time, and
god.
that's always fun. You know, my younger second cousins are growing up. Yeah, and then after Thanksgiving, um started focusing on getting ready for this event that we were hosting on October 28th at Rito Rockcliffe, which you came to.
Yes.
This took place when after Paula had come back, but we were getting a slide deck ready and some presentation notes to showcase the community in a box project that we've
Mhm.
been working on at the community center to the neighborhood and to some folks from Ottawa Civic Tech. So that took a bit of prep. Part of the prep that I was doing was kind of trying to map out this ecosystem of organizations around the world that I titled the pro-social technology ecosystem. So kind of this emerging alternative to extractive big tech companies. I've heard groups call this the plural ecosystem or the
Mhm.
plurality movement, which I also like. But part of what I wanted to communicate to the community in Ottawa in this presentation was this small project that we're doing right here in the community center is part of a much bigger movement that's emerging all around the world. That should feel really exciting and hopeful and motivating for
Mhm.
us because we're not the only ones to see and feel this problem. And there's tons of energy that we can align with to build these alternatives. Some of them are think tanks, some of them are university research labs,
Mhm.
some of them are technology platforms and infrastructure that we can actually use and build on. So one kind of little project that I made was like a Figma board that just had the logos of these organizations clustered around a few common themes like digital democracy tools, decentralized social media
Mhm.
platforms and infrastructure, even had a digital gardening section there too, because I do think that's kind of part of the movement as well, is this return to simpler.
It's a great message of like hope that like what seems super little thing that we're doing here right now, other people are doing it too. I was trying to say shared consciousness because it's like even though we're not trying to necessarily deliberately copy each other, it's interesting that one of the main core values of like bringing a community together is manifesting in different parts of the world and in different scales. And
Mhm.
then it just shows that you guys are on the right track.
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels that way. And I also don't think it's totally new consciousness. These are the same problems that people were concerned about since the beginning of the internet and even pre-internet. Like, how do we be thoughtful about that we use technology
Mm-hmm.
in our lives and in society and the impacts that it has for other people? But some of these organizations are looking at that in a more contemporary context, which has a lot to do with how our personal information is
Mm-hmm.
fueling these huge companies that are profiting off of our data and our attention,
Yep.
where we're these kind of commodities that are being extracted from. And that story seems to be resonating with people. So that's exciting. And another part of that presentation prep that I told you about when we called when you were in France that I got super excited about
Mm-hmm.
was taking that spreadsheet of organizations and links and mission statements and being able to turn that into an interactive wiki website where each organization or even a book about these topics
Mm-hmm.
could have a wiki page that other people could add to, and could be connected to other related projects or related pieces of media. And I kind of have a fear of coding or a resistance to programming just
Mm-hmm.
because I had negative experiences with it, learning it in my bachelor's. But one night I was just like, why don't I try doing this right now? Like, there's no better time to try this than right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I used AI and I said, here's what I know about coding. Kind of here's my experience so far. Here's what I want to do. I want to self host this wiki, and I've heard of this framework for making a wiki out of
Mm-hmm.
markdown pages. Could you come up with a personalized learning plan and walk me through how to do that? And within an hour and a half, I had something live on the internet, and I was like, fuck yeah, that was such a high. I was so proud of that.
Yeah, I think I had called you literally just after you had figured that out. What AI, like
Gemini,
Gemini?
just a regular chatbot like
Okay.
ChatGPT.
It didn't code it necessarily for you?
Well, it gave me some code. No, it actually, I would say it did code for me.
Okay.
And I didn't understand fully the
Mm-hmm.
logic of everything that it was doing, but it
Okay.
was able to kind of explain to me enough, and I was able to ask it, "Oh, I want you to explain what that step did."
Uh,
And it was really cool to have like a personal tutor with infinite patience for your
yeah,
learning
yeah.
to walk you through the whole thing. I wouldn't be able to recreate that functionality without using AI. In that experience, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
learn enough to do that totally on my own, but it did feel empowering to have a tool that could get me
Yeah.
started and be a tool in that learning. And I guess it just felt really good to do something that I'd been resisting doing,
Mm-hmm.
and to just say, why not do this right now? And
Yeah.
to do that kind of bias towards action that you've talked about, that felt awesome.
I love that.
Yeah,
And I think that was still like mid end of October, and then you had the event.
yeah, I had the event.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was there, but like, what, as the organizers, like POV, what was it like?
Pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt totally wrapped up
Mm-hmm.
doing it and energized by it. But all things considered, it was a very relaxed event. People showed up. We had some food and networked for a bit, gave people an hour to roll in. And then we knew that we wanted to keep our presentation and demo component really short,
Mm-hmm.
leave most of the time we had there for a group discussion about the idea, because
Yeah.
we wanted to get community input on the whole thing. That
Mm-hmm.
was the main goal. And I think we did a good job of keeping the problem statement, the kind of unique value proposition or unique strategy in a pitch frame, um, concise,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then got to just have a great discussion with the people who attended. I think a lot of the talk at the end focused on the technical components of the project
Yeah.
because that tended to be the audience we attracted through Ottawa
Mm-hmm.
Civic Tech. An aspect of the project that I want to emphasize moving forward is that it's not a solely technical project. There's a huge need for
Mm-hmm.
design knowledge and research. And maybe I could have done a better job emphasizing that at the event in the moment. But we just got to, I guess, got validation that there's interest in what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing and that people would actually be willing to volunteer some of their time to contribute to a project like this, which is super generous and also feels like an incredible opportunity and also a responsibility to channel thoughtfully.
We're part of a bit of the community of like non-for-profits and more community-based work. You'll be like impressed at how many people show up like after their day jobs to do stuff for their community.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming too because it's like, oh my gosh, what do we do now?
Yeah.
But then I think the kind of shift in mindset, the mindset that we're developing kind of
Mm-hmm.
with the group is, well, we don't need to know exactly.
Yeah.
Probably the best thing we can do is look at each other and ask, what should we do?
Yeah.
Instead of assuming the people who hosted the initial event are going to have all the answers. Like, let's really try to build a community first and not start delegating tasks to volunteers. And it also feels like Ottawa has a big spirit of that.
Yes, yes.
That has kind of hit me a bit more in the last few weeks too,
Mhm,
since that event, and also since an event that
mhm,
Synapse City hosted, which was a pro action cafe
mhm.
where people developing projects in their annual civics boot camp
Yeah.
were getting community input on their projects as well. So they had 10 tables where 10 different
Mm,
projects are being presented, and we did 3 rotations to different tables. Some projects were very early stage and open ended. For example, how can we
mhm,
platform the experiences and the voices of new immigrants in Canada, especially during a time where we're reducing the number of immigrants coming into the
mhm.
country. Some of them, one project was, I think it was for Ottawa's anniversary. How can we celebrate the diversity of the city? So,
Wow.
what would be some like events or types of music or types of food that you'd want to
Mhm,
experience in a festival for Ottawa? One of them was a civic needs mapping platform. So if there was like a pothole in your neighborhood or you had an
mhm.
idea for like a little neighborhood library you wanted to build, you could place it on a map and start getting community input on that idea or start self-organizing around that idea. And then I just at that event met more people who are like, "Hey, I'm hosting this mixer for digital transformation of government with a whole bunch of public servants after this
What?
public service conference." And I'm like, "Holy crap, like the more you go to these things, the more things like it you discover, and the city's filled with them."
You know
So
what? Yeah, sorry.
it was just energizing. I was just like, amazing. Like, I can't wait
Yeah.
to feel more of Ottawa.
There's a spirit of building here in Ottawa that I truly believe in. I don't know, guys, keep your eyes on Ottawa.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I also think there's this fusion of SF or like US tech culture and Canadian culture
Uh-huh.
because I think Toronto has a lot of the build attitude.
Yes.
That new Build Canada organization, I think, came out of Toronto.
Mhm,
I saw a tweet before I deleted Twitter like last week
mhm.
that was like San Francisco is just a wrapper of Canada. People use wrapper to talk about like AI platforms that are they're wrappers of the large language model. So you
Mhm.
like take the language model and make it do like a niche feature like
Yeah.
Lovable. Lovable
Y
is a wrapper of ChatGPT.
yeah, like, and Lovable, it allows you to make websites.
Yeah. And then people are saying like San Francisco is just a wrapper of like Canadian talent, Waterloo, U of T grads going and building companies out there.
Yeah, yes.
And one question that I think is being asked right now is Canadian brain drain. Why are we losing so much talent to the US? And I think largely it's a salary thing, but I think it's also a culture thing. Like people are so proud of the build culture in San Francisco.
Mhm.
I think that's a complex thing because
Yeah.
building in itself isn't necessarily good. I think what Ottawa really has going on right now is thoughtful building and building around civic needs. And I think
Yes.
that's kind of niche to Ottawa because of the government presence here.
So the next topic is that since we're in the finale of the
Mm,
season,
yeah,
reflections. Like, what are our reflections on it? Like, how's it been?
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels fun to make something. I
Mhm,
guess something that I wrote down that I wanted to talk about earlier was thinking about creative work in projects,
mhm,
having something that's time bound and has a clear output. I think is something that I've struggled with,
mhm.
especially when you're working on complex problems like new business models for social media platforms.
Yeah, how do you do
What kind of
that?
output do you make of that? But you
Yeah.
can do it, like,
Mhm.
but you need to kind of cut it out for yourself. And something like this is an example of that. Each episode feels like a checkpoint, and you've got the distinct phases of like doing the recording,
Yeah.
transferring the files, doing the edit,
Mhm.
uploading, and then you get feedback from it, which is rewarding.
Yeah. You get to see it too. Like, it's actually like a thing that
Yeah.
you can listen to, you can watch, and yeah, like what you're saying, like there's a specific output
Yeah.
at the end of it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and
Mhm.
it doesn't have to speak to you forever.
Yeah.
Um, but it resonates at the time, and you just put it out there and don't overthink it, I guess. What about you?
I am all for like documenting anything and
Facts.
documenting things that like are really meaningful to me. So I think that I'm just so glad that we had this like mutual thing of like let's do a podcast, and it was very much very much mutual like agreement to do. And to honestly have this friendship documented is so cool. Like and I'm so grateful also to the friends of the pod who are also just like sharing like uh their their thoughts about like our friendship and like all that.
Does the podcast feel like a particularly meaningful way of documenting our friendship? Because I think it's done in a lot of other ways too.
Yeah, no, I think this is like to do like a long form thing. Like I don't think we've ever really done that.
I think capturing conversation is very unique,
Yes,
and it
capturing
doesn't get done in any other form really.
yeah. It's funny because, you know, we see those like tweets and memes about like, let's start a podcast. Like every friend group kind of has that one like realization to do that. And then, but we actually did it, you know? I think that's something to be really proud of.
On a technical level, something that I'm reflecting on is that a little bit of production quality goes a long way.
Hmm.
I remember when I saw the first episode when you were done editing it, I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome. Like this is so pro."
Hmm.
And maybe I shouldn't say a little bit goes a long way because actually it is a solid amount of effort that you put into it. Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, once you get into a routine, like you know the edit flow that works for you
Hmm.
and you know the color grading that looks good and you get the sound like you get the intro song and the sound
Yeah.
effect, you kind of reuse it, but it looks really good every time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes me motivated to invest a bit more in production quality compared to like the sustainable podcast where we did
Hmm.
no video
Hmm.
and not even any edit, just post it as it is.
Yeah.
You can make it a lot nicer to listen to and a lot nicer to watch with a bit of work.
I don't know if I would listen to something very long, so I wanted to definitely like keep it condensed.
Yeah,
I don't know how we're gonna keep this condensed, but it's
yeah,
like it is what it is.
yeah.
I think the fall time for me, I didn't really have any schedule because I'm currently in between jobs, so uh I didn't really have any reason to leave the house. Building this podcast had like its own routine. It was like, okay, Max, like where are we going? What time? And at the beginning, at the first half, it was lots of mornings. It was in between like your meetings that you had, making sure the weather was good. There was like a bit of like routine to it, which I always looked forward to because it was like, yay, not only do we get to do a podcast, I get to hang out with Max.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add? I don't know, for just
Um,
like,
I would just love to interview people together. Like if
yeah.
we could have more people on and talk
Mm-hmm.
with them, I think that'd be super fun too.
Yes. Mind sync, I'm seeing the vision.
Yeah, I mean it would be a
Like,
different thing, but it
yeah,
would be really
yeah.
fun too.
Yeah. People are always excited to talk about themselves. Like it regardless of like if you just have that personality or not. If you ask like really fun and interesting and genuine questions, people are likely to just like talk about it. You know that like that childhood memory that like a lot of social media people have where it's like, oh, I just made YouTube videos with my brother, or I used to do talent shows with my sister, like something like that. I feel like we can maybe bring that energy to the next iteration of the pod,
Hmm.
of just like I know like we're all like adults and like a lot of podcasts are like strategic, like how can we like monetize and blah blah blah. Like honestly, just bring up a freaking camera and record our family, friends, loved ones.
It is fun to not have like a strategy.
Yeah.
Just make it for
Yeah.
yourself, for your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we could do an episode in French.
Yeah, c'est d'accord.
Yeah, one day.
You can see how our accents are different.
Yeah, so I learned last night that Paula's training for a France French accent, a Parisian French accent. And she told me that my accent is a Quebecois French accent
Well,
and that we're
yeah.
different.
Yeah, we're different.
We speak different French.
I'm really proud of us.
Yeah, we dilly
Yeah,
dallied.
we dilly dallied and we took y'all along with us
Yeah.
here. I do think we should say something to the friends of the pod, the Dally Gang.
Yeah, the Dally gang.
We've just been like so like touched by the response of like people. Thank you for listening to us. The fact that we get to be part of your busy days, even in the background. Like I've heard like some friends putting aside time to clean and make sure that when they're cleaning, they're catching up. It's gonna be a day to catch up on all the episodes. I'm like, Oh, really? Like, I didn't I didn't think it was, like, that deep, but, like, we're so grateful for that.
Thanks for the love. Thank you. Thank you for engaging with it.
Yeah.
It's really fun for us.
And that random person who told you that they loved you.
Yeah. Yeah, user like dash number. I've made a few guesses at who you are. I still don't know who you are.
Yeah. And why do I only have, like, I kind of love you? That was weird.
Okay. So we just had Brazil. Lando won. He won the sprint and the full race. It was a
Mhm.
perfect weekend for him. He qualified first both times and won both times in the weekend.
Oh, wow, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
No.
he's really top form right now.
Yes.
And I've become a bit of a Lando hater
Mhm.
because I do feel he had a bit of a sour attitude at some of the races this season when he wasn't doing his best.
Yeah.
And I was really loving how calm, cool, and collected Piastri was all through the season, and I was really riding the Piastri hype wave.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit bummed to see him not in strong contention for the championship anymore.
Mhm.
And I'm fully riding the Verstappen hype wave too because he's been putting on shows in the last couple weeks as well.
Yeah, and, like, you watch, like, the post-practice, like, interviews or just his review of the car. He's very critical about the condition of the car. But then, babes, he's literally at P3,
Yeah.
P2, sometimes winning, actually.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's such a good attitude in life to just, you might have like a shit box, but like, truly, like, if you got it in you, like, make the most out of it.
I don't think Leclerc and Hamilton would be happy to hear that advice.
I actually, you know what? I'll be honest. I haven't been really like catching up with F1 and like in the same like level that I used to because remember that how much stress it gives me like when they're going through the first corner
Mm.
and it's like 8 a.m. and I have like and I'm about to go to church and I'm like oh like half awake and like it's so stressful and then Red and I and also just like the F1 Twitter community, it's always at the first half. We'll see like Alex Albon or Carlos Sainz in like seventh or eighth, and then we're like, stop the race. Or when every like fast team is pitting, and then they're like third or fourth, like we're like, stop the race right now.
Yeah. Like,
Teams.
I don't even know if Red Bull's like third or fourth.
No, oh wait, hold on. Williams is still 5 at 111 points.
Oh, really? And then Haas is sixth?
Yeah, Haas is 8th.
What? Oh.
Aston Martin is 72 right now.
Okay, wow.
So there's still quite a gap like between Williams and Racing Bulls. Williams right now is like 111, Racing Bulls is 82.
Huh. But it's freaking close between Red Bull and Ferrari.
Oh,
4 points.
true. Yeah. Like we're talking about constructors.
Yeah.
In terms of drivers, we've got Lando 390 and then Oscar's 366, which
Like basically
yeah.
Piastri would have to finish first and Lando would have to DNF for him to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many races do we have? We have 3 more races at this point. We've got Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. Oh my gosh.
Bangers. All bangers.
Imagine there's like an Abu Dhabi moment. I'm like so nervous for that.
Yeah. I don't. Well, that would be something.
Yeah, like if there was some sort of decision that or some sort of outcome that is very dependent on the extremely last minute of the race, that would be insane. Anyways, Williams, you're killing it. Still get that money. I saw this reel about how like so Atlassian is Williams's primary sponsor, and Atlassian they are in charge of like Jira, a lot of project management tools. Someone was making a commentary or reel being like, yeah, like when Atlassian became Williams' sponsor, Williams' productivity increased and like they're doing things effectively now and together. And then someone commented, it's like, bruh, all they needed was a Trello board like to make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like they were just so old school that they just needed a Kanban board.
Well, I would actually love to see what software that team uses internally because
Yeah.
James Vowles did a podcast with it wasn't an F1 podcast. It was with some, I think it might have been with Bloomberg,
Okay.
where they were talking about Motorsport Valley, which is this part of the UK that just has a bunch of motorsport teams clustered together.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the facilities in that area were used for airplane manufacturing during World War II,
Okay.
and it's kind of become this hub for motorsport since then. And he was just talking about the amount of data that an F1 team creates, and I would love to know like how the Atlassian software fits into all of that. That'd be such a great
Yeah.
video. I think all the rookies deserve a shout out because Kimi Antonelli finished second in Brazil.
Yes.
He defended Verstappen at the end. Ollie Behrman's been on fire the last few weekends.
Oh yeah, I saw him like crying because his girlfriend started crying.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, really wholesome. Bortoletto had pretty rough crashes in Brazil, but he's also been having a good
Yeah.
season. And who's the rookie that I'm missing right now?
Isaac.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
He's
he's got a
yeah, I
podium.
know.
Like,
He's always yeah. Ain't no, we're not worried about him.
yeah, no, they're the rookies are killing it.
But I will get some F1 merch eventually. I do want a Williams thing.
We are apparently getting an F1 store in Ottawa, according
Hopefully.
to Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next 4-month stint.
So the next 4-month stint. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day and how like I always told myself that I'm going to uh I'm not really particular about I need to be this job title. Um but I do want to pick up a job that makes sense in where I'm at. And I told myself that, to figure out what you value and what you want in a job, you should probably do things that you like to figure out what you enjoy. So the past 4 months I've been doing everything I've like enjoyed. I learned that I love a good 4 month stint. Like I've learned to embrace it
Mhm.
because a pod came out of it, a language level has like come out of it. I love a good concentrated, immersive like project where I learn so much about myself.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm looking at from here to the end of December as like the fall 4-month stint.
Yeah.
Because I think I still look at everything in academic terms.
Yeah.
And then like January to May is going to be this kind of new chapter. And so I feel like I've got a few things that I want to wrap up before the end of the year. And the next kind of 2 weeks are kind of chaotic. It's like that November craziness pre-Christmas where
Pre-Christmas.
conferences are happening and yeah.
They're trying to get you at a good time before the holidays. So
Yeah.
all the work stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like I'm feeling good. I'm ready to hunker down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have my test in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Which is crazy, but I think after that we're gonna celebrate somehow, regardless of the outcome. I think it's a huge achievement to be learning at that level. So probably eat good. We're gonna eat good.
We've been eating good.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really proud of us. Like, this is so cool. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to the pod. And this is the last episode of season 1.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.
Talk to you next time.
We did it. We did it. For more dilly dallies to come, real.
Yeah.
It's what we do best.
True.
There's a consensus.
Consensus?
Is it no? It's no
Consciousness?
shared consciousness. Yes.
Conscience.
Is it conscience?
I don't know.
Consciousness.
I think both can work.
I think I speak more internet than I do policy book type girl. Like even that sentence was very like that sentence was very internet.
One day there'll be a textbook that has that.
Type beat. We're so back. We also had to put in an SD card and
change the battery.
Because also I think it drains faster because of the cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That checks out.
Taste test. Is it okay?
It's great. It's hot though.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Girl, I
bonus clip.
We're literally recording right now. Wait. Okay, you're on speaker.
Kuya.
Hello. The dilly
Red.
Say hi.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, Red.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm chilling. Where are you guys recording?
We're in the backyard.
Oh, period.
Are you on your way home?
Yeah, I could be on my way home, and then you want to go to like the Asian store?
Yeah, sure. Whenever.
Okay. Well, you guys are. What time are you guys done?
Probably next 30-40 minutes. You'll be receiving this episode when you get it.
It might be a Christmas gift.
It might be a Christmas gift. Since you're off social media, we were waiting for sushi yesterday. I was like, okay, Max, like, let me just show you like the F1 memes that are circulating around.
It was really hilarious. Paula like propped up her phone on this like MagSafe.
Yeah, we've got. I
case that she
have a
has.
stand. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were like mutually scrolling her Twitter feeds, which was great. Paula's got like different feeds on different accounts, and one of them is like the F1 girlies, I'll say.
Yeah, the F1 girlies, but we're so funny. And
You are.
we had gone to a networking event the other day, and you were like, just before the event, you were like doing some work. Like Max was just by the benches,
Looking out the window.
looking out the window, and it had like the window had like flurries, so like pretty big like snowflakes and snowfall. I don't know. I wish I took a video of it because it was really like, it was like a magical looking moment.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to our vlog.
Hello.
Welcome back, Max.
And I feel like the course names are kind of hilarious in the program because you get classes like technology, society in the future, environmental and social externalities of technology. Like that can mean anything. Entrepreneurship, innovation, and technology management. That one's a bit more specific, but they're all pretty broad.
Okay.
Yeah. Techno-economic paradigms and technological transitions. That's with a really cool instructor. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us in this vlog.
Let us know your questions in the comments below. we won't have answers.
Nope. Just more questions.